Hey, we are wanting to say thank you to all you patrons that have been supporting us all this time. You've seen how we've transformed this Inner Peace farm out here in Covington, Georgia. It's a great partnership. This video is for everybody. We want to open up some space to talk about the times that we're in, and we're respecting the fact that many of you who support us on Patreon are not clients and customers of ours that can come to the market and talk with us, but some of you are. And some of the questions and the conversations that we get at market table inform how we think during doing this work throughout the week, spending all this time out here on the farm sites. What we're looking at right now is that we're in a time of intense transition. You know, folks have been talking about the Great Reset. Have y'all been hearing that? And what is a reset? Oftentimes we flip a fuse in our house and we got to go hit that reset button. Otherwise, when we plug everything into the wall, we don't get any electricity. The plug is still there, the cord is still there, but there's no current flowing through. And we got to reset to get the current going again. What current is missing in our society right now that might be existing in other people's society and other cultures? And what we look at is the current of productivity, the current of preparation, and the life force energy that allows for all of that to happen. That life force energy, there's only a few ways that it can be cultivated, and there's many ways that it can be depleted. Some of those depletion ways are substance abuse, media overindulgence, and poor nutrition. That poor nutrition piece is maybe the only piece that we're really qualified to talk about, although we are affected by all the other ones. We are affected by the fact that during a pandemic that is focused on the respiratory system and the immune system, we see that throughout our communities, alcohol has still been available, tobacco products have still been available, fast food has still been available, and yet many people lost their jobs. Many people are possibly going to lose their homes starting in July. That's why we're coming to you to talk about what can be possibly on the horizon for next month and how much productivity is interwoven with our energy, our life force, and our nutrition. Productivity is about planning. It's about preparation. We're getting ready to prep this bed, right? We grew some lettuce, much of which we took to market, some of which never got to market because we were never able to thin it. We didn't have the time because we were still building beds. But this energy is not just going to get thrown into the trash can. It's going to go to the compost pile, and it's going to help create soil that will get us prepared for the next round of productivity. So if you're feeling like many of us are feeling, like we're in a spot where we don't exactly know what to do next, but we know there has to be a reset. There has to be a change, not only societally, but interpersonally. Where do we start? So we started by talking about the Great Reset, and oftentimes when people are talking about it in the news, they're talking about an economic reset. Remember, the root of the word economy is eco, because eco is a Latin word for home being earth. So economics, ecology, economy, all of these are related to how we interact with the planet. So if there's going to be an economic reset, why is there a need for it? Most of the time when people are speaking about it, they're speaking about, okay, well, the economy is in a shambles. Why is it in a shambles? That's the piece that we're not talking about. Most people are deciding to say it started with the outbreak, with COVID. Now the economy is collapsed and people have lost their jobs and lumber's gone up 200%. We know that it started before that. The economy got into shambles based on 1971, Nixon taking us off the gold standard and refusing to have the dollar be backed by anything other than war. So then productivity drastically decreased. Remember, this nation was born on productivity. It was born on the production of food, clothing products like cotton, drugs like tobacco, rum, alcohol, sugar, but it was being produced here. Now it's being consumed here. So the difference is now when we move from a production-based economy to a consumer-based economy, and we become users on platforms that where the CEOs are more powerful economically than heads of government, where a young man like Zuckerberg can stop the president of the United States from being able to speak on his platform, how vulnerable are we at that point? And where should your focus be? If someone comes to the table and they're speaking to us and they're saying, hey, I'm having all these health issues, I'm having digestive issues, I'm having skin outbreaks, we're not doctors, we're farmers. But what we know is a simple place to start to address these issues is to decrease your consumption. Fasting. Close the mouth from talking and close the mouth from eating. Long enough for the kidneys to turn on. The current that has been disrupted here in the United States for the last 30 years is a productivity current, but the consumption current went through the roof. So if you're looking at the reset like we're looking at the reset, what we've decided is to decrease our consumption. Consumption of media, consumption of petroleum, consumption of electronic gadgets, consumption of toxic chemicals, and then increase your production of essentials, food, clothing, and shelter. If you don't know how to sew, start. Learn. If you don't know how to grow food, start. Learn. If you don't know how to deal with natural medicines and plant-based health, start. Learn. They say one of the biggest components, vitamins that can help us during this experience of COVID-19 is vitamin D. That is free. It means getting outside. Be productive. We have more to say. We also want to be receptive to y'all. So feel free to leave some comments, send us some messages, and we can expand on this conversation. Again, we value you. We are grateful for your support, and we want to make sure that we're adding value to your life as well. Check it out, y'all. Sunflowers. Sunflowers. Remember the goodness. Grow where you are.